One thing that I thought was very important to mention is the use of the internet in making this movie, finding talent for this film, particularly musicians. Going on MySpace, there are so many bands on there that want to friend you to get their name out and stuff. I decided, well, wait a second, why don't I go on MySpace? This is a bunch of independent people who want to get their name out, just the same way I want to as a filmmaker. I just went through my friends list, listened to a number of the different bands that were playing, found songs that I really liked, and contacted them, say, hey, I'm working on a movie. You want to have your music in it? But there is one musician in particular that I wanted to mention in this that was not hired for the soundtrack of the movie, but actually to play the antagonist of the film. I was looking for a strong female vocalist who can be very sinister in her voice. I had gone on MySpace, listened to a number of the female-fronted bands, and a lot of them sounded pretty good, but there was one that instantly jumped out for me. That went by the name Lady Moon. I listened to a little bit of the music on her site, and I was very impressed by what I heard. So I contacted her, said, is there something more that you could send me? And she sent me the creepiest track of her chanting.
Summoned from below, reborn upon this earth, bringing forth evil. No mortal shall rise. Diabolical mind, shedding thoughts of time, bringing forth a sign, breathing your last breath. Enter reality. You lost the key. Lost soul on this earth. Do you remember me? Evil born, 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 evil born.
So after listening to her track, I thought, well, that is the perfect audition for the role that I wanted to cast her in, or at least have her do the voiceover work for. So this was great. Her entire part was basically done online. I emailed her the script, she read it over, she would get back to me, and I'd say, okay, well, you've read the script, you know the lines, I want you to read it this way. These are her motivations and things like that. So she read it over. As a musician, she already had her own recording equipment, so she recorded everything. She would email that stuff to me. I'd listen to it, and anything that I wanted her to redo a slightly different way, I would direct her over the phone or in an email. She would re-record it, then send it to me again, and that is how her entire portion of the movie was recorded. So I hadn't met her during that point. I think we may see more casting in the future happening right on the internet. We'll see casting directors going to more of these web pages where actors have their resumes. Actors can upload monologues and things like that. Who knows, maybe even I'll try to create such a service where actors will just send in regular monologues. That's a good idea. Note to self, make a website for actors to upload monologues. See you next week.